All right, everyone. Welcome to another round of Roll It Out. So today we're going to be using foam roller. We're going to be using some smaller balls. If you have those tennis ball, baseball, lacrosse ball, just trying to think of all my my different usage. And golf balls can be used as well. They're just much harder and much more specific. So easy on the golf balls if you have those. But what we're going to do today, total body, we're going to go feet all the way up, even rolling a little bit of the neck. So we're going to go a little quicker than we normally would. We got 20 minutes to roll it out. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start quickly on the feet here, either tennis ball or lacrosse ball. We're going to do our compressions. So in around the toe side, just push down, then move it over to the opposite side and push it down. Then put it inside the arch, push down on it, and then go forward. Put it on the heel, push down, and then let's do a little rolling around. Good, trying to knead out any issues. Remember, I got the chair here in case you want to have a seat while doing this. If you have your tennis ball, it's going to be the same thing, just rolling it out. If you're up, you can, and you have a taller foam roller, you can use this as a balance in the back of your chair. Very good. And last one on this foot, we're going to start at the top and just push forward, come back, push forward. We're just going with the striations in the muscles, and this is the way hydration forms in that fascia. So it kind of runs up the body, so we push it right back up the body. One more push. Excellent job. Let's go to the other side. So compression down on the toe side. Flip it, compression down. Good. Then we're going to compress in that arch. Then we're going to compress on the heel. And if you're trying to do this, and let's start rolling, if you're trying to do these on the feet a little bit more specific and you want to just hammer the feet, you would take your time. You do 3 or 4 compressions in each area, and that way you can get a little bit more reaction from that fascia. All right, very good. We're rolling around here. If you do find a tight spot, right there, I feel a little bit of a tight spot in my fascia, you can press down on it, hold it for about 2 or 3 seconds, and then roll around it again. How we can kind of release those feet. Excellent. Feet feel great. Let's go ahead and do our pushes. So from the bottom, go to the heel, bring it back. Go to the heel, bring it back. In case you need side view, I'm just rolling it under. I'm kind of applying that pressure as I go forward. If you need balance while you're doing that, you can hold on to something. One more. And a little tight. If you start with your feet together, you'll be a little bit more balanced. Excellent. Good. How those feel? Great. Excellent. All right. Chair, we'll get to that if we want to use that for the neck. Let's go ahead and go right into some calf work with the foam roller. Remember, you can have the smaller foam roller here. You can have the bigger foam roller. We're going to sit down with this foam roller below the calves. So right here. Right, and we're just going to roll out these calves. Perfect. Now, remember, we talked about this before. If you want to, you can go one at a time on these calves, or you can roll them both out together. If you have that smaller foam roller, you'll probably do the one at a time. And when you roll these calves, don't forget to roll the ankle back and forth as you're rolling. This gets both the muscle bellies of the calf. We got the gastroc, we got the soleus coming through here. You want to get all of it? Good. Now, let's say you have, we're going to get to the shin splints next, or the tibialis. So let's say you don't have a ball. You can take a foam roller and roll over that foot with the foam roller. You could do the same thing if we flipped it over and said, okay, I don't have a foam roller now, but I have a ball, right? I can do the same thing. I can even take my hand on the calf and roll that ball up and down that calf. Same thing for this tibialis that we're going to do. Take that ball, roll it right along that tibialis. Or we can do as we've done before. We place that tibialis right here, both hands come in front, and then we just roll back and forth on that tibialis using our shoulders and our hands as the base here. Good, then we just flip it over. Get the other side. The basis of this is that we can We can roll with the foam roller or the ball for pretty much anything that we're doing here. All right, we're going to go into the quads next. So if we're on the foam roller, we're going to come on forearms here. If you just have the one, you're going to be just on one quad. If you have the longer foam roller, you may be on both quads. Either way is fine. If you're on the long foam roller, you can choose to go one quad at a time. Depends on the work you've been doing lately in those legs, how sore it is. Good. Quad goes to just above the knee joint, and if you need to go a little further, you can walk those hands out, extend it a little further. So if I'm back here with my hands, I can't go as far. I just walk my hands out, so I have more extension. Now I can come all the way to the top of the knee, all the way down. So that's how I can increase my distance on that rolling. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. Let's go ahead and flip it over. So we're trying to just crawl up the body here. So we've done the calves, the feet, the quadriceps. Let's do the hamstrings next. Now we're going a little faster because we're trying to incorporate the full body. Remember, if there's ever tight areas, you can always slow down, handle those, catch back up. Or you could take care of those after we finish up, go back and roll those specified areas. The goal of this is to kind of show you all that rolling can be done in 20 minutes a day, and you're taking care of that body and that myofascial tissue. When we take care of that tissue, we increase blood supply, we increase hydration in the fascia, we increase flexibility, we feel better, we move better. Let's go ahead and switch to hamstring if you're doing one. We all want to move and feel better, right? Good hamstring. I had a little hamstring quad issue last week. So this has been something that feels good now until after it healed a little bit. One of the things that's always asked is after an injury, do we want to roll? And I want to be clear that when we do come across like a quad or a hamstring injury, the first thing we need to do is let it heal. All right, this could be 24, 48 hours. We want to let that tissue, this is where ice comes in. We want to get that inflammation down. Once we can walk on it, once we feel a little bit better, that's when the rolling can come in. Don't roll right away because it's still inflamed, it's still injured. You're not going to do anything but move around that inflammation. So, something to remember. Okay, so we've gone to there. Let's go ahead and do the glutes next since I have the foam roller. We'll talk about the ball with the psoas or using the foam roller. We're going to cross here. Get right into that piriformis. There's usually a fun one. Everybody loves rolling that piriformis. Injuries can be tricky, but we always want to let them heal first. The rolling is kind of that secondary. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit the IT band here. So we're going to lay this straight down, foot on the side, bring this opposite foot over, and then I'm just going up, back down. We're not going to do too many on the IT band. 3 or 4 rolls here. Excellent, and then we'll switch it up. Another question that I get from some folks is timing on these. You know, it can be easier to do 30 seconds, or it can be easier to just pick your amount of rolls. When I'm doing this, it's about 5 to 10 rolls. That's where I'm going for. Easier muscle groups. Like if my hamstrings don't feel that bad, it may be 5 on each side. Quads may feel a little tighter. I may go 10. Good. Rolling is all about what you need to get out of it. Get that IT band now. If you need to get more out of your rolling in a certain area, you may need to spend a little bit more time there. 3, 2, 1. Excellent job, folks. Now, 2 different versions of this psoas, okay? We've talked about this in the past. We can use the ball on the psoas so we can find that hip bone, go about 2 inches in and about 1 inch to 2 inches down, and then press that in to feel that psoas release. Or we can do the foam roller, right? It kicks out to the right shoulder. If I'm doing my right hip flexor, I'm going to lay right on it. and I'm gonna roll it from here. So there's two different ways. And the other way, if I want you guys to go ahead and get started, I'm just showing you the multiple ways. The other way is if you have a water bottle or a small dumbbell, put the head under the foam roller. Dumbbell goes right on that ball and that spot that we talked about, right around the hip. And we're just gonna push down on that, rolling that ball. The foam roller is gonna be more generalized in getting the hip flexor psoas area. This right here, this rolling with the ball is gonna be way more specific, but the big thing is you have to apply pressure. So you wanna give yourself a neck pillow. It doesn't have to be the foam roll, but if I don't have it, I'm reaching too much. So this allows me to come up, not putting pressure on the neck, and roll these hip flexor psoas areas. Hip flexor being way more up by the hip bone. That's more hip flexor. Down here is gonna be more psoas. Find those spots. You're putting it all around. You're getting closer to the middle of the pubis bone. Roll it around, find those little spots. Let's switch it up if we haven't yet. Other side. Good. And whichever one you pick, like I said before, I find that this one is a little bit better as far as getting into those specific areas of the psoas. But if this is confusing, you're not feeling this, you're not able to get enough pressure, the ball's kicking out, then I would move to the foam roller version, because we want to make sure we're rolling and we're getting some effectiveness from that. And if we're not getting it from this, then let's get it from the foam roller. That's the beauty of rolling. We've got multiple options for everything. Good. Psoas takes a little bit longer, but not too much longer. 3, 2, 1. Excellent job. So we got that psoas, we got those glutes. Oh, my favorite now, folks, mid to upper back. Best one on the docket for me, at least. We're gonna go foam roller right around mid back, right? Feet flat on the ground. Hands can be here, hands can be behind the head. We're just going to push our hips up into the air. Now we're in that kind of bridge position, if you will. And from here, all we're looking to do is roll to the base of the neck, mid back. You may get some good cracking. That's just the spinal column resetting because the foam roller is pushing it into place. Elbows are up right now, nice and tight together. This is winging our shoulder blades. Pretty soon we're gonna retract them. Good. Base of the neck here, all the way. And let's go ahead and release the left hand. And let's just lay over on that shoulder blade. Oh, that feels great, right? Getting in under that shoulder blade, getting that lat. You're rolling over the shoulder blade. You can go all the way to the base of the neck still. Good, let's go ahead and switch it up, other side. Good, and if you need to, you can lay it down and just do, let me show you from this direction. You could just do from my butt's on the ground, just so I'm more comfortable. Maybe this is tough to be up here, and you're just gonna do smaller rolls. You're not gonna go as far, so I would just drop it. Small roller here, go a little bit further, drop the butt, and just do smaller rolls. Always can modify these to be more comfortable for you. We want these to be comfortable and productive. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back. Elbows here, let's go ahead and open them. Same thing, rolling across that mid back to upper back. Good. They're open nice and wide. Good, let's just close them and open them. Just back and forth, kind of winging them as we're going over them. Good. Keep them closed now and go ahead and lean on that left side. And let's go to the right side. Oh yeah, that's one of the best. One of the best for sure. Always fun to roll that mid back. Feels good. You can open everything up. Now we've opened up that back. One of the problems that we have is the chest, right? The chest is still pulling us forward. So even though we've opened that back, we can do this, the chest is gonna keep pulling us forward. So one of the things we'll work on, I love using the ball for this, tennis or lacrosse ball, golf ball's fine as well. Foam roll is just really difficult to get some of the spots. Think of that collarbone down into the triangle here. grab that ball, place it right in that chest area. One hand pressing in, other hand adding support, and I want you to just do small rolls around. If you only have the foam roller with you, you can do this. You're just gonna lay with that armpit over like this, and you're gonna roll across it. All right, so you're kind of rolling right across it, put it in that kind of armpit area and roll across. I promise you though, if you do have a lacrosse ball or tennis ball, you'll get way more effectiveness with rolling here. You may roll it and may go, ow, that hurts. That's about right. We have really tight pecs. It's our posture. Our posture's definitely rolled over because of our workspace. This is really good for us. Opens up that chest a little bit more. We tend to not look at the pecs as much as far as not as being too tight. So we just roll around. Let's go ahead and switch the side if we haven't yet. Excellent. Good rolling here. And yeah, if you get a little tight spot, right, press on that. Hold 3, 2, 1, then do some small circles around the area. Don't be afraid. You don't have to travel with the circles. You can pick the ball up and move it, right? You can move the ball to different areas, find those tighter areas. If you don't need the 2, you can use the 1 in the beginning. If you're using like a lacrosse or a golf ball, you're probably just going to want to do the 1. It gets a little stiff, a little tight. Good, good, good. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to do a couple things in the neck with the ball up next. But before we get into that, I just want to do 3 stretches, I apologize. First one, we just did the chest. Let's grab behind, open this up, stretch that chest out. Another chest version, if you have a doorway, you can put the hands up and then step through the doorway with the doorway holding the hands back. This will stretch the chest, but this one's also effective. Just opening up that fascia now that we rolled it out. Let's go ahead and get those back opened up. So again here, or doorway again, hold on to that doorway or hold on to a pole or anything like that. Or you can just do this stretch right here. Very good. Third stretch, hip flexor, just dropping in. So we want one foot, got everything in the way here. We want to go like a semi-lunge, the back leg, slight bend in the knee. We never want to straighten it forward. We want to just push the hip down. Knee goes forward a little bit. We'll feel that pressure here. If we need, we can lift this up. We'll get a little bit more pressure in there, but that's how we're going to get that hip flexor stretched out. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and switch it up. Same thing. Little straightness behind the leg. And I like to use the chair for this one. You can also use a wall if you're standing next to a wall. If you don't need the wall, it's fine, or you don't need balance. If your balance is good, you can put the hands on here. We want to try to push down, feel that hip. Remember, this hand can come up to extend it a little bit more. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. I'm going to get to the glute stretch after we get to the neck. So, something I want to focus on. This is going to be using the ball on the neck. We've done this before where we've laid down on the neck, right? We've applied pressure. We've rolled back and forth on that neck to get that rolling done with the foam roller. This one, what we want to do is we want to take the ball and we've got the bottom of our skull bone here, if you will. All right, you can feel it right here. All right, I used to be told they were called the bumps of knowledge. I don't know if that's true. I don't have very big ones. That's a bad thing. All right, my one dad joke today. Okay, we're going to come under that nodule, if you will, and then there's a mastoid muscle coming right up here. All we're going to do is we're going to take the hand and roll. I'm doing opposite hand just to show you where the ball is, but what we're looking for is just right here. And we can just hold the ball comfortably. It doesn't take a lot of pressure. We're just rolling up. You'll feel that kind of tightness there in that mastoid muscle. You're just rolling on it. If you feel a little area that you want to add a little bit of pressure, you can go back and forth on it as you're coming up. Good. And then just, if you find a knot, you can press and hold on that knot. And then, remember we talked about kneading before. So if there's a knot here, right? Instead of rolling the ball over, I push down and I roll the skin together. So that would be the same thing here. I press it down and I would roll I'm sticking the skin to the ball, and then I'm kneading is what we say. Let's switch to the other side. Good. So we're just rolling on that neck. How it's comfortable, right? I can go back and forth. I can go up and down. Tough to fully show. I need like see-through hands here, but we're just rolling on that neck. Hopefully that's a better angle for you guys. And we're just looking at these mastoid muscles here in the back. I'm not looking to roll the big part of the back right here. I'm just looking to roll those mastoid muscles. Good. Roll those out. All right. Bring that ball down. I just want to take a quick, we're going to take the foot here, and if you need to, you can extend it here. Press down while we tilt the neck to the side. This is just a double stretch. Good, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to look across as we pull up, another double stretch. We're stretching the neck, we're stretching the glutes. 3, 2, and 1. Going a little quicker here. I know we're a little over. Apologies. So maybe it takes 21 minutes to perfectly roll. Excellent. Good stretch. Let's go ahead and switch it. Looking over, pulling the knee to the opposite shoulder while we're tilting that head. Excellent job. Hopefully you feel a little bit more flexible, a little bit rolled out. I'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone. Keep practicing.